Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be doing a quick unboxing of the Vivo X60 5G along with a quick hands-on review. So here's the box. Vivo has launched this phone in India in two variants. Base variant is priced at 38,000 rupees for 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 42,000 rupees for 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It's available in two colors, shimmering blue and midnight black. We have the second variant in the midnight black color. Vivo X60 5G is one of the most coolest looking phones launched by Vivo in the first quarter of 2021. Now this phone is all about its cameras, performance, looks, and obviously its amazing looking display. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but here's the quick unboxing. So here's the box. It says X60 co-engineered with Zeiss. On the back we have some pricing information, specs, blah blah blah. Now let's unbox it. First we have the phone itself. Next we have the 33-watt flash charger 2.0. Next we have earbuds, a hard bumper case, a SIM card ejector tool, some documentation, and finally a USB Type-C charging cable. Let me just put that aside and come back to the phone. Let me remove the stickers as well. Now this is how the phone looks on the front and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now first let's have a physical overview. On the back this phone has a 3D curved glass panel. Well, really I'm not sure if it's glass or fiberglass. Anyway, it feels like glass. It has a matte finish. It feels super smooth, and with that background color, it definitely looks pretty cool. In fact, the back panel looks pretty close to the Vivo X50 Pro. Anyway, it looks cool. You really have to hold the phone in hand to really appreciate its beauty. Now at the top, we have the camera module with a triple camera setup followed by the dual LED flash and an engraving from Zeiss. At the bottom, we have just the Vivo branding. On the front, we have an amazing looking display with a punch hole design protected by 2.5D curved glass. We also get a free screen guard pre-applied, just like any other Vivo phones. Above the display, we have just the earpiece and some sensors, and below the display, it's completely plain. As for the sides, on the right side, we have the power and volume buttons made of metal. They have a nice clicky feel to them, and they are sufficiently elevated. Power button has a nice texture to it, so it can be easily traceable. At the top, it's completely flat, with an engraving that says Professional Photography, and we also have a secondary microphone for additional noise cancellation. On the left side, it's completely plain. At the bottom, we have the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots, followed by the primary microphone, USB Type-C charging port, and the speaker grill. Now this phone has a thickness of 7.36 mm and weighs 176 grams. Initial impressions, phone feels pretty sleek and weighs pretty lightweight as well, and considering the bigger battery and the sleek form factor, this is definitely cutting edge technology. So Vivo has really put in a lot of great stuff into this phone to make it much more sleeker with a bigger battery size as well. Now these are the complete specifications of this phone. On the rear, it has a triple camera setup with a 48MP primary camera with Zeiss optics. That's followed by a 13MP ultra wide angle camera and a 13MP camera with telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom. For selfies, it has a 32MP camera with f2.45 aperture. Now these are some sample shots. Most people might really not find a difference between a regular camera and camera with Zeiss optics, but there's definitely a huge difference. It's about the clarity, sharpness, and even the image processing. Now as for the display, this phone sports a 6.56-inch AMOLED display with a punch hole design with Full HD Plus resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, and it also has HDR10 Plus support. This is definitely one of the best looking displays that you can get in this price segment. And because of that 120Hz refresh rate, even regular stuff like browsing a web page or even just scrolling from the settings app looks very smooth. You really can't see it in this video, but you really have to see it in person to see how smooth it is. It really makes a lot of difference. Now as for performance, this phone sports a Snapdragon 870 processor with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Personally, I think base variant should be more than sufficient for most people. But if you're someone who has a lot of media, a lot of songs, or any kind of media that you want to keep it on your phone, then I would recommend you to get the 256GB instead, as we don't have any kind of SD card slot on this phone. So if you want more storage, get the bigger variant directly, or else even the base variant is more than sufficient, even with 8GB of RAM. Now when it comes to software, this phone is running FunTouch OS 11 based on Android 11 with the February security patch. Out of that 256GB of RAM, we get about 235GB of space for our user apps and user data, and out of that 12GB of RAM, we get about 9GB of RAM free right out of the box. Now finally, when it comes to the battery department, this phone sports a massive 4300 mAh battery, supports fast charging, and also comes with a 33-watt flash charger 2.0 inside the box. Besides that, you also have an in-display fingerprint scanner on this phone, which is super fast, like it's almost instantaneous. We also have the face unlock feature, which works really good in good lighting conditions. It works pretty well even in low lighting conditions, just takes about a second to unlock the phone. Even though this phone has just a single speaker at the bottom, speaker loudness is pretty good. It's good enough for media consumption in a single silent room. Here's a quick audio preview. Now, before I conclude, these are the benchmark scores. So guys, this is the new Vivo X60 5G. This is truly a flagship graded phone with all the cool features that you can find on the flagships, along with great cameras, great performance, and an amazing looking display, obviously along with a bigger battery and fast charging support. So if you're looking for a phone around 40,000 rupees, I can definitely recommend you this phone. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. With that said, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. See you in my next video.